think one of my favorite water-related memories from when I was younger was playing in the street when it would rain, and then the like kind of curbs would fill up with a little bit of water, and we'd splash and have fun in there.
Water is joy for me. Um,
Especially in the desert.
right? You can jump in the pool or the ocean, or
Play in the
it
rain.
just brings you so much happiness.
It just brings peace, just being out here on the water with family, with friends, or just by yourself.
When I think about water, I just think about going to the lake and fishing with my grandfather. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
We're very thankful that the city of Tempe put the Tempe Town Lake in because it's relaxing to come down here and do a bike ride around there and stuff. It just puts you in a good frame of mind.
It's magic. It's magic. The impact on the immediate surroundings is astounding.
Water to me is life itself. I grew up without it. We didn't have running water. We had to haul our water in. So being, in the city, it's real easy to take it for granted. You can turn it on, it's right there, and you're never thirsty. So water to me is life itself.
Water is vital to our existence.
The water you see on the planet right now is the same amount of water that's been here for literally 1 billion years or more. So how that water is treated as a whole around the planet as part of the water cycle has a big impact on, who or what lives and who or what dies.
Water to me means life as we know it. And it means people can eat, it means people can drink, it means animals can survive, communities. I mean, it's seriously our lifeblood.
Like one of the really important things about being connected to one's place is understanding its watershed.
The approach that I try to take is just connecting people with where they're getting their drinking water from, where the water that's coming out of a sink is coming from. We do our best to try and kind of couple that back together and say like, hey, here in Flagstaff, we've got a great groundwater supply, but that's all coming from the snow that you see up on the peaks. And as that snow gets less and less each year, that groundwater isn't getting replenished as quickly. And that's something that not a lot of people realize.
There are conversations about our water being, pretty stable. I think we still want to be good stewards of the water resources. And so by participating in this, I think people are recognizing that importance, and also that we want to grow our own food too, and to do so kind of responsibly by growing from seeds that we are saving and collecting and sharing with one another.
I think that when we try to talk to kids about water and water conservation and the issues around water and climate change, that it tends to be abstract and scary. Kids, first of all, develop an emotional connection with the natural world, which I think is foundational. And then they can see exactly what our connection to water is and what our connection to food is.
In Arizona, especially, to be sustainable, you really need to be looking at the best ways to manage water. So a lot of rainwater catchment is your ability to store it because we have rain events, monsoon season, where you get tons of moisture, but it's all at once. But I really like not being attached to city water because it really forces you to be aware of your water usage, So we're bringing water in, we're going to be making sure that our systems are pretty efficient.
Right now I have right around 1,200. When it's completely full with extra seedlings, I do about 1,500. And in the summer months, I average about 50 gallons of water a day. During the winter, I was averaging 20 to 25 gallons a day. So 4 ounces per day per plant on average, about 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons total for each plant from start to finish. I know in Yuma, during the winter months, they average 20 gallons per head of lettuce, so roughly 95% more efficient.
I think more and more of the younger generation should be involved and understand that how important it is. Water is, food is. I mean, everything we do as ranchers and farmers rely on the water. Like I've always said, water is number 2 next to oxygen. Nothing can live without water. So it's important for our cattle to have water. They drink 30 or more gallons of water a day if they can, you know. That also contributes to their health because they're able to digest better and, you know, be healthier because of that.
I think there needs to be in Arizona a serious discussion about how we're going to move forward with our water allocations, how we're going to improve the distribution of water. I think it's critical for the continued growth of the state that we figure out how to manage the scarce resource, how we improve our conservation.
I think needs to be some kind of look what's going on at our end because you're doing this up here type thing, you know, and we all are dependent on this water, and that discussion needs to happen, I think, and sharing the resources, especially the water.
Climate and equality or equity are climate issues and equity issues, and there is a way that they can coexist. People just have to want that to happen, and they have to be willing to be creative, think outside of the box, and be willing to compromise.
In order to care for each other, we need to care for the plants and care for the environment that we all live in. So if we care for the plants themselves, that kind of coincides with caring for the water itself. If we have a good water source, we have good plants. And if we have good plants, we have good basketry to create, which then brings a community together. So understanding that, yes, people will say all the time, water is life, but it's not just that. It's you, it's me. Water is me, water is you, and water is us.